Hey everyone, UEBS 2 Hub here, and in this battle we have 50 B-2 Spirit Bombers versus, of course, 1 million zombies, and of course, remember, these B-2 Spirit Bombers, these are modded in, so if you see them, they look a little funky, maybe like they disappear out of view, well, that's the reason. These are modded units, and thus they have to kind of play by the rules, and the stock game doesn't have any sort of air-to-air vehicles, and thus, again, they have to play by the rules. So if you guys don't know, basically when you mod a vehicle, you can put whatever skin you want on them, but pretty much every unit in UEBS 2 is a ground vehicle, so that's why they are, in theory, firing from the ground. So let's get a little closer to these guys so you can actually see them. But as you can see, oh, well, another thing too, you also have to use the very specific animations provided in UEBS 2. And as you can see, they're just kind of firing lasers because that's what it is. But if you can imagine for a second that these are missiles, or better said, bombs, because of course this is a bomber, then it might make a whole lot more sense. But as you can see, we have B-2 spirits appearing and disappearing out of view, because, of course, that's just, again, how this mod is. But still, a very, very good-looking mod, if you ask me. I mean, like, for this game, that looks pretty damn good. You know, so I got to give the modder a lot of credit for it. He made a really good-looking mod. And again, I mean, when it comes to UEBS 2, there's two things you have to do. Use your imagination and suspend disbelief. Because, again, I mean, this game is here for fun, right? Like, I mean, of course, like, you can simulate some battles. Do the best that you can to kind of make it as real as possible. I mean, like, I've done that with StarCraft, for example. At least insofar as the StarCraft universe is concerned, I've made a few somewhat realistic videos about StarCraft battles. But in this, you have B-2 Spirit Bombers hovering, shooting at 1 million zombies with lasers that appear from around, I don't know, 150 feet, 200 feet below them, out of thin air. So, it is what it is, but as you can see, these B-2 spirits are pretty much annihilating them. You even have the like, that's real stealth technology, actually, if you think about it. You can't even see them. They are firing over at them. I don't know how these zombies thought they would have any chance of winning, but of course they don't. Now I'm going to go and control this one for a second. Let's see. Oh, no, I'm in a zombie. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Do I have to go to the bottom of this? I don't even know how to control one of these things. Oh, I just had it. There we go. I am in a B-2 Spirit, and it looks like they have actually gotten to this one. They have done some damage. Very limited, of course. But if zombies could take out a B-2 Spirit while it's flying, I would be genuinely surprised. There is no battle cry for this, unfortunately. But again, these are aircraft, and stealth aircraft at that, so I don't really imagine that they'd have a battle cry. But let's just kind of go up and down the battlefield here, see exactly what these are looking at. I really wish that you could just look at all of them, right? Like, that these weren't, like, invisible because of, again, this isn't my game. This is just how UEBS 2 is, right? Like, my computer can render this perfectly fine, but UEBS 2 just has these limitations. So let's go ahead and just keep on looking around. And again, these are the sounds of the battle. You know, you'd think that these things would be a bit more accurate, but I guess with such, like, they have a really high rate of fire, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like they are firing several times per second. And it looks like we've already destroyed 3/4 of all the zombies, so 750,000, 3/4 of a million. And we've effectively split them off into two camps. We have smaller camp A over here and larger camp B, but there's also a sub-camp C over there, which is pretty interesting. But again, this is pretty much what anyone would expect. I mean, one B-2 Spirit Bomber versus 1 million zombies would win. In real life, you know, maybe in this game. I mean, they only have 20,000 health. And some of these things were already getting close to, like, 5% of their health taken away. So probably not. Not in UEBS 2. I don't think one Spirit Bomber would win in UEBS 2 versus 1 million zombies. But in real life, yes. Very, very easily, depending on the loadout. Unless, of course, the zombie got on board, which I suppose is possible. But that would be extremely negligent of whoever was launching the B-2 from whatever base it's at, whether it's Nellis or wherever, right? Like some Okinawa, I believe they kind of operate out of too. But pretty interesting. But as you can see, these zombies are all but destroyed. And they are getting closer to that fact by the second. I mean, we still have literally thousands of zombies dying by the second, even though there are fewer than ever. And now we have basically micro groups of zombies, broods, if you will. And they are pretty much gone. Now, if these lasers were more accurate, or bombs, let's call them bombs, I feel like they would... Or actually, you know what? This is UEBS 2. I don't feel like getting demonetized. Let's call them care packages. If these care packages were more accurate, then we probably would have won by now. But, of course, not everything is true to life. And the match is pretty much over. So, that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I am always interested to see your opinions. But either way, thanks so much. See you guys on the other side. And, well, let's just wait until the match officially ends. 30 more. 20. Some people get pissed off at me when I end it just a touch early. 2, 1, and the B2s win. Take care, everyone.